Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. I have a book haul for you. I don't like doing book hauls. But it's been a while since I've done my last one. I think we were in the temporary house when I had done my last one. So it's been at least 3 months. I just really don't like doing these because I have to go find all the books. I'm not one of those people who organizes their life to do a book haul, which I feel like I really need to start doing because these books are scattered. They were scattered everywhere around my house, and it took me about an hour to figure out where they all were. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing some. Like, I'm pretty sure I did not get all of the books that I've had, like, that I got in the last 3 to 4 months. So, and some of them might be repeats. I don't know, but most of them are special editions. There are a lot of special editions in here. I'm definitely missing some. I just didn't bother to get repeats if I had repeats. So we're just gonna go with what I have right now. But this haul, I think, is like end of April, May to this first week or second week of August. So that is for my bookkeeping purposes. In my reading journal, I do keep track of like what I've read and stuff, but I got really bad about doing it this year, so it has made book hauls incredibly annoying, to be honest. So we're just gonna get started. We're gonna get started. Some of these, again, might be repeats from the last time I did my book haul, but I tried my best. And I know for a fact I have more than this. I also have some Kindle books. I have some audiobooks. Like, I just got Made for You, which is like a sci-fi Stepford Wives AI kind of book. I also got, oh man, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like Villains something. I'll pop it up on the screen. These were both books that I got from Book of the Month, and then I also got a Sorceress Comes to Call from Book of the Month audio. So all 3 of those were Book of the Month audios. I also got The One by John Mars after I finished The Family Experiment because I love The Family Experiment so much. So I got The One on audiobook as well. I think that's about it. I definitely buy more physical books than Kindle or audiobooks. So yeah, let's get into this. You've probably seen a lot of these because, again, a lot of these are my special editions that I got in book boxes that I do videos for. So not a lot of these I feel like are going to be a surprise. So I'm sorry that this isn't going to be super exciting, but starting out, let's start with, I picked up Dreadful. This is just supposed to be a funny, what happens if you're a Dark Lord and you lose your memory kind of thing, and it's gorgeous. This is the main reason that I got this, and I also want to read this with my husband because we tend to like this type of story. So that is kind of why I picked this one up. Then I picked up Reluctant Immortals, and I actually picked it up because I think I read another book by this author. Is that why I picked it up? I literally don't remember. I cannot remember why I picked this up, but I know it has to do with, like, it says for fans of Mexican Gothic. I really want to say I read another book by this author. If I did, I'll pop it up. If not, then I'm just making stuff up. But I think it's the women. Yeah, it's looking at 2 men, Mr. Rochester and Dracula, and the women who survived them. Then I picked up Diola. I actually got this secondhand because you cannot buy it from Aardvark anymore, and I really like the feel of the Aardvark books. So I ended up picking it up off Pango for pretty cheap. I get a decent number of my books secondhand as well because I buy so many of them. So anyway, this just sounds really good. A lot of people are really liking it. I'm still trying to find horror books that I like, and I think this is a good opportunity for me to find one that I like again. And we have some special editions. I'm just going to go through a bunch of special editions in a row. I'm not going to really talk about them. There, you can go find all of these in my unboxings. But Goddess of the River, this is an Illumicrate pick. Very, very pretty. I love the pink. And we have The Temptation of Magic. This is a Fairy Loot edition. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I don't love red just in general. So for me, this is kind of just an okay edition. And I love the original, which makes me sad. Then we have of Jade and Dragons. I think I do have 2 copies of this. I did not bring whatever the second copy looks like. I don't remember what it looks like. But this is one of the copies. This is the Owl Crate, just simple sprayed edges. And we have Song of the Six Realms. I love this edition. This is the Owl Crate edition. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. It is so pretty. So again, excited about it. I'm excited about all these. There's a reason I have all of these. This one I'm especially excited about because I loved the first book, The Shadows Between Us. This is The Darkness Within Us. Very, very excited to read that one, and I really like just how this one looks. I feel so weird about, I'm so bad at doing hauls. We have To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods. This is an Illumicrate copy. I have learned some stuff since getting this one. So this one caused a bit of a disturbance in the booktube force or book world. Actually, not even booktube, just I heard about it on Goodreads and people were just being really nasty about it and they said it was a colonizer romance, but apparently that's not actually what it is, and the author had to come out and spoil the book for everybody to prove that that's not what the book was. That's my understanding of what happened. I still haven't read it, so I still can't like judge for myself about what was going on with this book. I don't think I put this in my last update. The Wren and the Holly Library, I have 2 copies of this. I think this is just the bookstore one. This is just the Barnes & Noble, Amazon, you can get this anywhere book. I also have a special edition from Fairy Loot, but this is the one that I found right away. Then we have The Night Ends with Fire. I love this cover. I think this cover and the edges are so cool on this one. This is a Fairy Loot. I actually thought this was a Lumicrate for some reason. This is a Fairy Loot edition. I'm actually really excited about this one. And then probably my most excited one that I've gotten recently that I really want to read is the Fairy Loot edition of The God and the Gumiho. I've heard really good things about this. A couple people have commented about it in my comment section. So I think this is gonna be a really good one too. Middle of the Night. This was like a 3.5. Riley Sager. I keep all my Riley Sagers even if I don't like them, which I don't think I've given. Lock Every Door is the only one that I haven't really liked. Like I think I gave that a 2-star. This is 3.5. Not great, but not bad either. Wilds by Sarah Peirce. Hopefully the final book in this Sanatorium series. It's just so hit or miss, this series. And it's a lot going on. But I have read this one. I think I gave it a 3. My mom, I think, gave it a 4. We read this series together. So I love these covers. But I really enjoyed this series as a whole. The writing could have been done a little bit differently. But I'm excited that this series seems to be over. Next, we definitely have a cover by that for some reason I could not get this cover out of my head. High Society. I don't know what it was about this cover and the idea behind this book, but I could not stop thinking about it. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. There's no point in me buying it. And then I ended up buying it. Do I remember what it's about? No. But am I still obsessed with it? Yes. Have I read it? No. And I got this one off of Pango. I was really excited that I got a pretty good deal on this one. Forging Silver into Flames. This is the next Bridget Kemmerer series. She wrote this one before even the final book in the last series, which I thought was kind of weird. So I thought this was like gonna be a standalone, but apparently it's not. And this is the series she's currently working on. So I saw that this edition, Fairy Loot did this edition. I didn't buy it because I wasn't sure how I felt about Bridget Kemmerer when this came out at that point. Now that I loved her last series, the Defy the Night series, definitely picked this up, found it on Pango. And it matches the other set. So I'm really excited that it matches, which is like a big deal for us book collectors, I feel like. Then I picked something up. I don't know why I did, but I did. The Art Thief. I think it was the edges. And also, like, it is a true crime story where you have art thieves. And it does sound really good. I wouldn't normally buy the book like this. I would normally get the audiobook or get it from like the library in audio format. But I ended up buying it, and I kind of am glad because they do have like pictures of some of the art, which is really kind of exciting. So I really do want to read this. It's pretty short and it looks just really cool. So this is high up on my priority list to start. Then I found this on sale, Arch Conspirator. I've been wanting this for a while. I was a huge fan of Poster Girl by Veronica Roth. And as everyone knows, that this is the same author as the Divergent series, which was such a good series until that last book. That travesty of a last book. So I'm hoping I'm gonna really like this since I liked Poster Girl so much. Then another one that was kind of a cover buy. This is the new release of this old series. So this is an older series with brand new covers and sprayed edges, and they're being released like one a month until the series is over, which I think is probably next month is the 4th and final one coming out. This is Half-Blood. I haven't read it yet. It is, again, another one that's pretty high on my list to get to soon, and I probably will start it after House of Shadow and Flame. Gotta remember what it's called. So this is probably next on the list that I'm gonna read. I'm pretty excited about it, but it's really pretty. This is pretty much cover by. Okay, then we're moving on to some book of the months and some aardvark picks. So this is Honey. I love this cover, but it's got to do about like the music industry and bands and boy bands, and yeah, this sounds like something I would love. I love reading about that type of like fake music or movie industry kind of things. Margot's Got Money Problems. I actually got this one because Ruthie Thorpe wrote, oh man, I don't remember The Knockout Queen, and I really, really like The Knockout Queen. I don't read a lot of literary fiction, so the fact that I loved that book and it stuck with me, definitely wanted to try their next book. Another one that this just doesn't seem like one that I would immediately pick. I don't know what was going on. I think I bought these all in the same month. The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love. I love this cover. This is a cover by, and I think it's like a cute, supposed to be like a historical romance, I think. I would have to check on that, but there was a cover by, and I saw that that it's holographic from Book of the Month, so I was like, yeah, that's happening. Then we have 3 aardvark picks. We have Whoever You Are, Honey. Again, I love the feel of aardvark picks. They are amazing, and this just sounds so good. This is another sci-fi creepy Stepford Wives vibes thing, which you guys should know by now. Love it. Then I broke and bought it. I was a Teenage Lasher. I don't know why I did this, because I don't like Stephen Graham Jones. I have not yet liked a single thing Stephen Graham Jones has written. But here it is, and hopefully it's the first one I end up liking. Then I really wanted to pick up some sci-fi. I really like sci-fi, but I'm really picky about it. This seems really good, the Stardust Gryphon. So I have my fingers crossed that this is gonna be one of those like high speed, kind of fun, chase type of sci-fis, because that's what it kind of, I think that's what it seems like. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Breakneck Quest. So I love high speed things. A lot of people complain sometimes about sci-fi being like too high speed, too over the top, and I'm like, no. It is perfect. And then I do have one more special edition, Sleep Like Death. I do have 2 copies of this book, but I'm not bringing both copies out. This is the Fairyloot edition of it. This is the edition I love and the one I'm going to be reading, and I so want to like this. I so want to like this. I have not liked a single Kaylin Bayron book yet, and I've tried like 4 of them, so I'm really fingers crossed that this will be the first one that I like. Next pile, we have The Dead Guy Next Door. I want to try Lucy Score. And I think this is the best opportunity for me to like a book by her. So that is the hope. This seems really funny. I did read the first chapter and I kind of was like, this is kind of fun. So I'm hoping this is gonna be something I really like. Next, we have Honey Witch. This, again, I don't know if this was in my last haul. I don't think it was, but this just looks like a cutesy, cottagey, vibey romance book, and I am trying to read this month or next month. Next, we got this on sale as well, Descendant of the Crane. So this is the same author. I don't know if it's going to be in here in the front cover, and I don't remember what it's called, but I loved it. The Ones We're Meant to Find. I gave that a 5-star. I love that book. I love that book. So I was like, okay, let's try another Joan He book, because that other one was so good. So I found this on, it was like $5, and I was like, yes. So hopefully I'll get to this one soon. The next one is one that I actually bought to read with my husband. It's again a similar vibe to Dreadful, How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying. I've seen a couple people read this and really enjoy it and say it's really fun. So I'm kind of just hoping this is a good vibe and a good time. Next one, I have another copy of this one feels bad. I bought this. This has been an anticipated book for a while, Foul Days. It looks so good. It's monster hunting and just monsters in this world. And I was so excited about this one. I went out and bought my copy the day it came out. And then I got a copy from Alcrate and I was like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? I always check what books are coming out and I somehow missed that I was getting a copy. So I do have 2 copies. This is the one that I found first. Okay, next one I am pretty excited about. This is also one that I'm trying to read this month or next month. I hope this doesn't find you. I'm in a huge K-drama, cutesy, bad Netflix rom-com mood, and this is perfect. I was rewatching the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. Of course, I didn't watch the last one. The last one, I'm just not a fan of the last one. And I don't like the book series. I really hated the book series. But I love the first 2 movies. And so I was watching that, and like this is very similar vibes for the storyline and everything. So this is very much high on my priority list to read. And then we have the book that I ended up buying in Alaska. If you guys didn't know, I went to Alaska in July, end of June, early July. Went to Alaska, had a great time. Went to a book called Parnassus Books in Ketchikan, I think. I'm about to say, I have the bookmark for it. Ketchikan, Alaska. So this is where I ended up buying the book, and it just looks so good. I originally wanted to buy a book by an Alaskan author, but they didn't really have that many like options. So I ended up buying a book by an author that is part of the Blackfeet Nation, because a big part of some of like the port adventures we went on in Alaska talked a lot about the native people from the area. So even though it isn't exactly Alaskan native people, I thought at least was adjacent. It's a brand new book and it looked really good. So, and the book that I just bought and I will be reading this month, Apprentice to the Villain. I loved Assistant to the Villain, gave it 5 stars, easy 5-star. I cannot wait to read this. I cannot wait to read this. Then again, actually, let's talk about this one first. 5 Broken Blades. I'm pretty much just buying all of the Red Tower books, and then I'm going to read a bunch of them in a video and just see if they're good, which I've liked every Red Tower book I've read so far, so we'll see. I have a couple to put in a video together, this one included. Okay, then I was about to say the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books are Aardvark and Book of the Month books. So I did just get Barrier Gaze. I have started already. I'm like 30 pages into it, something like that, 28 pages in. I don't know how I feel yet. It's interesting. The writing is a bit dense at some points, but I like what it's doing so far. So it was kind of like dark humor in here already that I was like, huh, that I really liked. So I'm currently reading this on the side, but beside House of Shadow and Flame, just because I need breaks from that book. But so far I'm enjoying this and I'm addicted to this cover. This cover is so cool. And then the other one that I got from Aardvark this month, the Bright Sword. I am so excited. I didn't know it was this big. Which is very intimidating, but it sounds so cool. Arthur retelling, well, not retelling, but what happened after Arthur dies, which is nothing I ever thought about. So this one could be really cool. And again, I love these covers. They're just so nice. And then the last 3 are Book of the Month choices. My Book of the Month box has not arrived yet for August, but there are some coming that will be included in the next haul. Don't know when it's gonna be. Probably not for another 3 or 4 months, because I really am trying not to buy that many books. But a couple months ago, I got The Ministry of Time. Still haven't read it because it makes me very nervous, but again, this is a like literary sci-fi kind of book, so I'm really hoping I like this one. Then 2 that I feel like I should like, Bad Taurus, which is just thriller, and then House of Glass. I'm a pretty big fan of Sarah Pekkanen, so I'm hoping this is going to be a really good one. And that is everything. That is all the well, it's not really all the books that I bought, but it is close to all of them. There's some that I just didn't include in this that I couldn't find, or yeah, some of them are still upstairs. And I'm just not going up there right now. Looked at about 41 books, and then plus my audiobooks and my Kindles and some of the ones that I've unhauled, it's probably about 50 books total that I've hauled, which is not bad for 3.5 months. I've done significantly worse before. I'm trying to get this number down. Every time I do an unhaul, or every time I do a haul, I'm hoping it's just less and less books until it's like I'm doing one every 6 months and it's like 10 books. That would be great. It's never gonna happen, but that would be great. But anyway, that was the book haul. I tried to make it like super snappy. I'm really impressed with how well I did that. Gosh, you can see, I just realized you can see the mess back there. That's what leads upstairs. So that right there is actually what goes upstairs into the non-existent library right now. We're trying to paint and do everything, so it's just an absolute mess in that hallway of all the stuff that will eventually go upstairs, but I can't bring upstairs yet until we paint and figure it out. So I was like, what is that? So anyway, I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed the book haul. Let me know what books you're most excited about that you've gotten in the past 3 or 4 months, or just this year in general. And yeah, that is everything I have for you today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you leave a comment down below about anything, like I said. And I will see you guys in the next video.